Good morning, River Valley family. We're going to continue doing our devotional, walking through the book of Colossians, and today we're finishing chapter 2 of Colossians. And so let's start off by reading chapter 2, starting in verse 16. It says this: "Therefore let no one pass judgment on you in questions of food and drink, or with regard to a festival or a new moon or Sabbath. These are a shadow of the things to come, but the substance belongs to Christ. Let no one disqualify you, insisting on asceticism and worship of angels, going on in detail about visions, puffed up without reason by his own sensuous mind, and not holding fast to the head, from whom the whole body, nourished and knit together through its joints and ligaments, grows with a growth that is from God. If with Christ you died to the elemental spirits of the world, why, as if you were still alive in the world, do you submit to regulations? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch, referring to things that all perish as they are used, according to human precepts and teachings. These have indeed an appearance of wisdom in promoting self-made religion and asceticism and severity to the body, but they are of no value in stopping the indulgence of the flesh." This is a big chunk of a passage that we're reading this morning, but take a moment, pause, reflect, read it again, and see what Paul is saying here, and how do we grow in Christ, and how do we become more and more like Christ. So take a moment, pause, reflect, and then let's walk through this a bit. The sad fact of the matter is that we, humans, like to add to the faith. We put on extra requirements to what it means to follow Christ. We don't take a simple believe in Him and live your life for His glory. No, we want to put these rules and regulations in place to either prove to ourselves or prove to other people that we truly love Christ or we're truly following Him. And so maybe you grew up in a church that had an adage, something along the lines of don't drink, smoke, or chew, or go with girls that do. This idea that we don't do certain things, that Christians don't do certain things the world does. Now, there's truth there. We don't. That when we are changed by Christ, we act differently. We treat people differently. We do different activities in different ways than the world does. But this is not something that we do to earn favors. It's not something we do to kind of be in God's good graces. This actually is done all in response. And so the problem is that people like to put the cart before the horse. They like to put this changed behavior before a changed heart. And Paul is saying here, wait a minute, don't let people judge you based on these rules to show that you're changed. No, he says, you are changed and you hold fast to the head, he says, of which everything is held together. You hold fast to Christ, and that is what important. That Paul is making an important point here, that these regulations, they might be coming from a good intention or good place, but they have no power to make us better. That rules and regulations put on us externally by someone or even ourselves have no power to make us live for Christ better than we do normally. We can't fix ourselves. Trying to fix ourselves, trying to put these rules and regulations and sweep up our lives is like being on an episode of a fixer-upper show and thinking somehow that we're going to remodel our lives and that is it. We don't have that power. No matter how many self-help books we read, no matter how much we get after it, no matter how hard we try, we can't fix us. Sin has broken us. The only thing that fixes us is Christ. So who has the power to fix us? Jesus Christ. Which is why Paul says, don't let people judge you by these external things. Rather, hold fast to the head, Jesus. Hold fast to Him. Stop looking at our own efforts. Rather, look to Christ. What a great reminder for us that we look to Christ, and He is the one that changes us starting from the inside, our heart, who we are. And that goes out to what we do. Look to Christ, not yourself.